Just keep your stupid comments in your pocket. Oh, hi, YouTube. Boom! What's going on, everybody? It is an exceptionally exciting evening with.
I'm so nervous, like I could pee.
Tonight, we welcome two fans of something. Mr. GREG SESTERO, the star of what is universally known as the greatest bad movie ever made.
Wrap your head around that one.
The Room, right there. Also, after The Room, he wrote a book that is the only book I've ever read cover to cover.
This is true.
And it is called The Disaster Artist. It got turned into an A24 film, which received critical acclaim. So it's funny, he made one of the worst movies, or he was a part of one of the worst movies ever made. And then he made a critically acclaimed movie, and it is called The Disaster Artist, starring James Franco, and Dave Franco plays Mark and Greg, and there is Greg's signature right there from when we met him.
I wonder if that was Greg's choice to, like, if he was asked the question.
Funny enough, that is one of the questions that we'll be asking tonight. I believe Phil came up with that one. Also, he is the writer and star of a 2-volume film called Best Friends, right there, or Best Fiends. Yep, the R is in those.
Silent?
Yeah, I don't know. It's cool, though. It's cool. It's very unique. And then, of course, his directorial debut is Miracle Valley, right there. And this is like a horror film. This is like a crime thriller kind of surreal thing. Like that's something you'll notice with a lot of Greg's works after the Room, is they're very surreal.
Yeah, people describe them as like David Lynch on crack.
Yes. So we're very excited to have the star, writer, producer of all of these things right here. It's going to be a very exciting evening. Also, yeah, here's the book. I have the book as well. There's the book right there.
Everybody knows you can't read, so yeah. The fact that...
And I read it cover to cover. It's the only book I've ever done that for. And then here's Tommy right there.
And there's Tommy.
There's Tommy. And there's his underwear. Yeah. So that's cool. So yeah, we're very excited. Safe to say, we're through the roof right now. We're currently waiting on. We did get confirmation from Greg. He said almost ready, but we didn't want to keep anybody waiting too much longer. So we figured we'll come on here. We'll start the show. We'll bring in our co-host, because we're not doing this alone.
Honestly, if you were, I probably would have peed already.
Yeah. We wanted to bring back some of the fan favorites. One of them was a part of the Room watch along. We did a watch along of the Room with Dan Janjigian, Chris R from the Room. Where's my fucking money, Denny? We brought him on and we watched the Room. So we have Mikey returning from that one, and Phil, who's also been on the. You always hit that mic. That's been on the channel before as well, but he's been on some other things. So we've actually we go way back, all three of us, Mikey, Phil, and I. Because
I just showed up.
Yeah, we did a double feature when The Disaster Artist hit Blu-ray. I actually had a cake made up of Tommy Wiseau's face. I'll pull it up here at some point on my phone. And we sat down and we double featured The Room and The Disaster Artist. It's a great double feature. I highly recommend it. So let's bring in our co-hosts here, and then we'll get going.
Also, the elephant in the room. We got a baby face.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Who cares? I should. All right, here we go. Let's bring in the guy who's coming back from the Room watch along. It is Michael Ponarelli.
You're not my fucking mother.
I feel like you would make a great Denny.
I mean, thank you. He's one of my favorite characters. I'll say it.
He's great. He's great. So welcome back, man. You were on the Room watch along, and now you're on the evening with Mr. GREG SESTERO. And I had to bring you on because you really relate to the Mark character from The Disaster Artist. I remember when we watched that, you were like, God, like that character is like basically me in a lot of ways.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, a lot has happened since the first time I watched that movie, so I think it's maybe it's almost time to go back and give it another watch. But yeah, I loved his character because it's like the confliction between I want to be a good friend, I don't want to like lose what I have with this person who's done a lot for me, but there's like this passion I have, and our passions are colliding, and there's conflict,
Yep.
and that's a very relatable feeling.
And we're also bringing on here. Let me bring on the other guy here. Let me switch us to our correct positions here. There we go.
Filled up on eggnog.
Filled up on eggnog. It's Phil, ladies and gentlemen.
Throwback. Hello.
Heyo.
Heyo.
It's me. I'm Phil.
It's
Not filled up on eggnog because Christmas is over, but I'm filled up on the new Red Bull, Juneberry.
Okay.
Filled up on Red Bull.
Filled up
That's
on
the
Red
one that
Bull.
everyone's loving right now.
What you should have said is it's me, it's Philly D.
Philly D's nuts.
You know, okay, we're gonna start over.
Oh,
Start over. Get me out of here. Bring me
Get me
back.
out of here right now. Oh, okay. Bring you back. All right.
It's me. It's me. It's Philly D.
It's me. It's Philly D. But no, dude, welcome. Because I remember you've been on the channel before, but when we did the room watch along, you messaged me and you were like, not gonna lie, a little salty. I wasn't on there.
Just a little bit.
Yep.
Just
So
a little bit.
I made you a pinky
That's cool.
promise. I made you a pinky promise. If we ever did anything else room related, we'd bring you on for it. So.
And what a jump it was.
Yeah, right? I mean, come on. Would you rather Dan Janjigian or Greg Sestero?
No offense to Dan Janjigian.
Yeah, what the
Oh,
heck?
Dan's not
How
watching.
are you going to
Dan's
offend your
not
guests like that?
Dan's not watching, so we can talk as much crap as we want about him. No, he was wonderful.
Oh, he was great. Yeah, he was great. And
Yeah.
shout out to Durant Cinema. He was on there as well.
With his mirror.
So, yeah, he held up the mirror for us the whole time so we could watch the movie.
What a player.
What a guy. What a guy. But in case anyone just joined, because I did see some of the numbers go up in terms of viewership, we are currently waiting on Greg. He has confirmed. He said almost ready. So, you know, he's just putting on his makeup, his foundation, all that stuff.
Getting prettied up.
But I didn't want to keep us all waiting. You know what I mean? I didn't want people to go, what, like, come on, what, did they fall asleep or something? So I figured go live now. And when he pops on, it'll just sort of be really cool because we'll just bring him on. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and I was already anxious enough, so waiting any longer.
yeah, waiting any longer would have just been worse. So figured just hop on here. So I did
It's gonna
task.
be awesome.
I did task both of these gentlemen with watching one more Greg project because we've all seen The Room. We've all seen The Disaster Artist. We have seen collectively Best Friends and Miracle Valley, but these two haven't. There we go. These two haven't. So I was like, between now and Friday's show, watch at least one of them. Mikey, which one did you watch?
I watched Best Friends or Best Fiends, depending on how you read it or how you interpret life. I wish I could have. It's been a busy week for me, so I wish I could have watched the entirety of both volumes, but I got through the first one and half of the second. And it was a wild ride. It was fun.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's a very surreal crime thriller.
We can talk more about it later, obviously, when Greg's here, but I found the imagery the most interesting. Like really cool, like cuts to like what felt like a lot of symbolism.
Yeah, yeah. Haley was like, sometimes it looks like it was filmed on a GoPro. Did you get that?
Well, I remembered marking how sometimes like the camera quality would jump whether higher or lower.
Yes.
And then did you notice a change in frame rate? Like there were some shots that were perfect 60 and then others that were like maybe 30 or lower.
Yeah. Like
No.
Specifically where Tommy was at
On the cliff.
On the cliff, he was like, ah!
That might have been to create tension. I don't know, but it was interesting.
It was like the disc was like smudged or something.
Yeah, I was like, not again. I had a bad Room Blu-ray. No way. I have a Best Fiends Blu-ray. That's bad.
No, it's not. It's not. I watched the digital one, so it's not a disc.
No,
Weird.
like it wasn't even like 30 when it would go lower. It was like Google Slides.
Maybe we'll ask him like what, like, you know,
What?
what, as Kenan Thompson would say, what up with that? And Phil, you watched.
That's wow. I totally just had a brain fart at the name.
I was like, is there a lag? What the hell's going on here?
No. Midnight
Miracle
Valley.
Miracle Valley.
Miracle Valley. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Midnight. I even like when I was like searching for it on Tubi, I knew what it was called, but I kept wanting to put Midnight. I don't know why.
Yep.
Sorry. I've been up since 3 a.m.
Yeah, dude, major props. Thanks for doing this.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, I just realized I don't have the complete background, so let us wait. Hold on. Freaking StreamYard. Hold on. 1, 2. There we go.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh.
So
Look at that.
handsome.
Gorgeous.
Hi. Damn.
Now imagine you're Greg, right? And you click onto the stream, and that's what you see.
Greg, can you tell us why you're so handsome? Why do you think?
Devilishly fine?
Right?
Sheesh.
But when he does pop on, I'm gonna move Mikey. I'm gonna move you down, just so you know.
That's what usually happens.
All right, let's get to some of these comments before we get rocking and rolling here. We got Nerdy Film Girl saying, "Oh, hi, Mark."
Hi,
Oh,
Tracy.
hi, Mark.
Oh, hey, Tracy. Sorry, Phil, that you're covered up there.
It's okay. I'll just.
Lean.
It's so you can yawn and we don't have to see it. Hey, Ed, Haley, how's it going? Going good. Yeah, what about these guys?
These guys.
Look at that. He changed it to Fat Albert. He's been he's
man.
always been watching Fat Albert every time he's joined, and he changed it to Fat Albert. Dude, that must be your favorite movie of all time, Fat
I've never heard of anybody watching that movie more than once. That's crazy. I totally forgot it existed, honestly.
Yeah, not making fun of you, Lance. Like, dude, it's awesome that you love that movie that much. But yeah, I've only ever seen it once.
Everybody's got that movie.
Yep. Well, Lance, is one of your favorite DVDs The Room? Do you have it on DVD?
It works.
Laren, boom. Hey, Shaven Ed, Haley, and Greg. Hope you're all having a great evening. Yeah, well, I don't think I necessarily announced that we were going to have co-hosts, so maybe that's why everyone's kind of not answering.
Whoa.
These guys.
Answering it. We got Dell on Movies saying, "What's up?"
What's up?
And Eddie,
Answer your DMs.
answer your DMs. What are you talking about? Answer my DMs. Did you message me something? Or are you talking about what we were talking about prior and I just didn't message back? I'm waiting on the schedule. So I'm waiting on the schedule. And let's see here. We got, who else is joining? We got KB Loves Movies. Hey kids, sup party people. What's going on, KB? Thanks for being here, man. Hey, Mikey and Phil as well. Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh wow. I was 1 year old when Homeless in America came out. In case anyone doesn't know what he's talking about, Homeless in America is a documentary Tommy Wiseau made about homelessness in America. I don't know if anyone knew that. It's a true story. He made a documentary about it.
We don't have to watch that one. Next watch along.
Next watch.
Eddie's Films and Stuff. What's going on, man? Thanks for being here.
Oh, 2 Eddies?
Yeah, right. It's crazy.
What?
Max, what's going on? What's up, folks? This is huge. Yeah, let me look. We're very excited. We did get confirmation. He said almost ready. And so I figured, you know what? Go live now. And when Greg pops in, we're just going to pop him up on the screen and we can all just warmly welcome him to the live show. So it'll be very fun that way. Let's see here. What else do we got? Everyone here has gorgeous hair. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that.
That's so nice.
Yeah, right. So Phil,
he's gone.
Phil, I kind of interrupted you before we could go on, but you watched.
It's okay. I forgot the name of the movie. I don't even deserve to.
No, dude. I mean, you've been up since 4. You've been up since 4, so it makes total
man.
sense. But Mikey watched Best Friends for the first time, and you watched Miracle Valley.
Miracle Valley. I remembered it this time.
Cool. And what are your overall thoughts on the film?
So it is it's a slow burn, and
Yes.
then when it gets to that, like when it gets up there, it gets up there, and it's kind of like a boom, 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 and then that's it.
Yeah. It is.
It was a lot to
Again,
process.
it's all very surreal stuff. Is the really
That's
the only
true.
way you can describe anything that Greg does is, and it's really cool because he's actually working on a new film. It's called Forbidden Sky. He's crowdfunding right now. And in case anyone doesn't know, in the live chat, the link's down below to the crowdfunding. It's on Kickstarter, so go on over there, support him. I think he wants like the budget is 200,000, so he has until I think July 1st to raise it. So
Less than a month.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I think that's doable.
hopefully he can do it. It'll be really cool. Plus, there's a lot of perks you can pick up on there as well, like T-shirts, Blu-rays. You can be in the movie. That's pretty cool. So yeah, it's a lot of cool stuff. But let's see here. Any new comments, questions? Mikey, when was the last time you watched The Disaster Artist, by the way?
Years at this point. Yeah, a long time, but I remember it super well.
Okay. We got Judd saying hello. Hi, Judd. Thanks for being
Hi.
here. Awesome to have everybody. Also, by the way, everybody, there's a poll going in the live chat. Which of Greg's works is your favorite? Feel free to comment or vote, I guess I should say. Feel free to vote. We have 4 options: The Room, The Disaster Artist, Best Friends, Volume 1 and 2, and Miracle Valley. So,
Is it The Disaster Artist, the book, or the movie?
Well, I think he's technically in The Disaster Artist, but
That's fair.
it's like a very small role. It's not like
a cameo.
Like a cameo.
It's like a cameo of a cameo, because like Tommy, he's in the movie at the very end. Like
At
if
the
you
very
remember,
end,
yeah, he like pops up at the very end and he talks to James Franco, which is sort of meta. I'm not exactly sure where Greg is in The Disaster Artist, so we're gonna have to ask him that, like where he is, because it's not coming to me.
I can't remember yet.
And we got my father watching. Wow.
Whoa.
Dad's watching. Dad's a fan of The Room. I can't believe
Hi,
it.
Papa Green.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And your mom and Kaylee.
Hey, Ed Senior and fam. Question: what if I've never seen it? You've never seen The Room?
Failed your homework, Judd.
Look,
It's homework, yeah.
there's life before The Room and there's life after The Room. That's how.
Once
how it
you've
works.
entered the room, your life will be changed.
Quite literally.
Don't
yeah.
go in with any preconceived notions or expectations. Empty your mind.
Just shut down.
Make your mind a blank.
Wait, that is what it says on the DVD, right?
No, I think it says something along the lines of, "Can you really trust anyone?" Right? That's what it says. Can you really trust anyone?
Yeah.
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 Are you ready to see the reflection of your life?
There you go. Now,
It's a reflection.
how many of us knew that it was remade recently? Did we all know this? Mikey?
The Room
No?
was remade.
What?
Okay, so here we go.
You don't remake The Room.
They remade The
It
Room.
remakes
What?
you.
But Tommy and Greg were a part of it, right?
Tommy was not a part of it. No, Greg was a part of it. Yeah, Greg was a
Oh.
part of it. Maybe they're keeping Tommy in under wraps.
But I said it was written, the remake.
You have to give him credit
Okay.
because he wrote because it's a remake in a way, so you have to give him the original credit. But no, he's not in it. It's Bob Odenkirk playing the Johnny character from Better
Oh.
Call Saul. From Better
Okay.
Call Saul.
What?
Yep.
What?
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
What?
And it's called the.
Gone.
I'm pretty sure.
What are
it's
you
called,
talking about?
Mikey, sit down. Mikey, sit down.
I need to see this.
We all do. And it's apparently coming out this month because this month is the 20-year anniversary of The Room. It came out June 27th, I believe. Of
Wait, so
2003.
is it? Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
I
I was just gonna say it was because we got to see a special preview when we went to the screening of The Room in Jacksonville a few months back. Greg.
Oh wow.
Greg brought like a preview of it. And at that time, this is the thing I don't understand. At that time, he was playing the Chris R character. And if you look up the if you look up the remake of The Room, he's credited as playing Mark again. Like he reprises his role. So I don't know what's going on if he's playing Mark or if he's playing
Flanagan
Chris
in there?
R. Yeah, Mike Flanagan's in there.
Is Greg the head writer?
No, it's quite literally Tommy's script.
Word for word. No
To my
changes.
understanding, word for word.
What?
Wow.
But done seriously, not for.
I have to see
Yeah, I
this.
gotta see this.
And it's apparently coming out this month. So when Greg gets here, we're gonna have to pick his brain on that.
Yeah.
If he's
For
able
sure.
Oh
to
my
spoil
goodness.
anything, I don't know. What do we got here? You need to watch it, Judge. Shirley, stick around for this. Yes, and just don't call Judge Shirley. Just don't call Judge Shirley. Can Mikey tell us about the artwork behind him real quick?
It is a tapestry given to me by my good friend and roommate, and I wish I could tell you who the artist is, but it's like, it's really cool. Like, what's the genre? Like neon
I want to say
noir
like
or
cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk?
Kinda.
yeah, like cyberpunk.
Okay, cool.
I don't know the artist or the origin. I'm sorry.
No, good. It's all good. Also, just an update. Got a text from Greg. Just getting settled. 5 minutes if that works. So here we go. He's just getting settled. To my understanding, he's actually this entire weekend he's in Pennsylvania at one of the conventions that they're doing up there, and he's showing The Room all weekend. So
Okay.
probably was doing that earlier, and then jetted over to his hotel. I'm assuming that's where he's going to be coming to us from.
He's a busy guy.
He is insanely busy. He truly is. Like if you follow him on, any social media,
I followed him on
all
TikTok.
over the place.
I found out that was a thing.
You found out what was the thing?
He has a TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I found out about that last night, and I was like, I gotta follow him.
So does Tommy.
Tommy has a TikTok too. Hold up.
Yeah.
I can only imagine.
Well, what's funny about Tommy is like half the time on Twitter, he's retweeting things he retweeted, and it's always the same photo of himself. It's funny.
Today's words.
Yeah, like today's words. He'll give like inspirational words and stuff. It's awesome. It's amazing stuff.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Then it's just like today's words, and then it's like a word ... word ... love
Yeah.
you all.
Yep.
And then it's just the same picture of himself every day.
It's so good.
It's like clockwork.
It's so good.
That's what I wait. It's
Did you
how I
look it
start in
up,
the
Phil?
morning.
Did you look it up?
Keep you in you,
I
Tom.
found it.
What were today's words?
There he is. There he
And
is.
also him promoting his underwear.
Oh yeah, he always has to promote his underwear. I'm gonna promote his underwear right now. There you go.
I kind of want to buy some.
There it is right there. TommyWiseau.com. Go. Get yourself a pair. It's 95% cotton, 5% elastic.
Ooh, that's comfy.
So
Just saying.
today's words: breeze, whispering, love you all.
Breeze and whispering. Love you all.
Those were today's words.
I never thought I'd see the day when The Room was being remade.
And then he accompanied it with this.
See,
picture.
it's always this photo. It's always that photo.
Love it.
It's
Actually,
amazing.
there's like 3 that he cycles through.
It's amazing. It's so good.
I love watching today's words.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
He also posted an Animal Crossing meme. Like
He
yesterday.
did?
Like,
What?
yeah.
Does he play Animal Crossing?
I don't know. It came
I
from
would love
Reddit,
to see
but
an island.
it was somebody recreating the roof. Focus, please.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. I'm telling you, if you can, and chat room as well, if you can, go to a live screening of The Room. Greg doesn't have to be there. This is where we got this poster from. Greg doesn't have to be there, because I know they show it all the time across the country. They're showing it all the time. But obviously, if you can, that's even better. Watching him do commentary over the movie, and he'll always leave when the sex scenes pop up. He always leaves. But I highly recommend it if you love the film as much as we all do. It's it's maybe the most fun you'll have at a movie theater.
You know, get
Seriously.
hit with a spoon.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
we got hit with spoons. They're right behind us.
Yeah, I've heard about that. Every
Yeah.
time the little picture of a spoon comes up, everyone throws a spoon.
Everyone throws a spoon and
it's like
yells
crazy.
spoon too. They yell it.
Spoon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Rocky Horror Picture Show thing.
Yeah.
If you ever seen that live?
Yep.
Very audience interactive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love that.
And of course, Big Shark is coming soon.
I just found out about that. I didn't even
Big
know he made
Shark.
a second movie.
Well, he's made other movies. He again, I guess
The
Homeless in
documentary.
America counts as a movie, although it's a documentary. I don't know.
I'll count it
Yeah.
as a movie.
He did a TV sitcom called Neighbors.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Where-
Interesting.
and
Huh.
that was a very interesting project that Tommy did.
Wasn't there a chicken?
Yeah, there's a chicken involved. That one I didn't see.
He definitely has hair.
I didn't see that one. I didn't see that one. But Big Shark, I'm very excited for it to come out. And
Oh, it's not out yet. Okay.
it's technically out because he's screening it, but he's only screening it in New Orleans and San Francisco. So
Oh, his hometown.
Yeah, his
Okay.
hometown.
yeah.
Right.
All American
He needs to
Pie.
bring it around the country, you know? So, and something I know I'm definitely asking is how come they're never in the same like screening? It's very rare that they're together. You know what I mean? It's always like Tommy's touring
That
on
is
this
kind
side
of
and
one of my
Greg's
questions.
touring on this side. You know?
Maybe it's like divide and conquer.
I don't
Then
know.
they meet in the middle.
There's
Maybe
so
it's like
many-
you get the kids on weekdays, I get them on the weekends.
There's so many damn mysteries when it comes to this. There's more questions than there are answers. Put it that
The
way.
room is an enigma.
Put it that way. So let's see here. We're checking, double checking, triple checking.
I'm like so nervous. Like when
Oh, don't be nervous. We met him. Oh yeah. Well, we should probably pop that up here just so everyone can see. But this is from when we met Greg a few months back after he signed our poster over here. Boom, right there.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Look at that guy. Look at that handsome feller there.
Is that how you like introduced him to being on the show?
I didn't drop it there. No, I didn't drop
Okay.
it there. But it definitely gave me the courage for sure, you know, to like
Gotcha.
to feel
Hey, I
like,
met
all right.
you. By the way.
Kind of, yeah, you know, like because you know we definitely chatted a little bit, you know, for sure, and because it wasn't like a just, you know, all right, you're at his table, he signed something, leave kind of thing. It was like, you know,
Yeah.
kind of takes his time, which is really cool.
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
So we got to chatting and you know, told him that we drove down from Savannah and everything. And then when I messaged him later on, he messaged right back. He was like, "Absolutely, I love Savannah." So
Huh.
there
Awesome.
you go. So
Nice.
yeah, but Tommy's left. Tommy's the only one left.
Could
There's
you
only one-
imagine?
There's only one
If-
way. There's right here's Greg. So we had Chris R on. Now we're having Greg on, and then it's just Tommy, man. And he's gonna be elusive. He is gonna be elusive.
Could you imagine him on this?
I don't know.
I feel like I have so many questions for Greg, and I know I'll probably get maybe 85 to 90% answered. I have questions for Tommy for sure. And I feel like whatever I would say to him, he'd just go, ah, ha, ha.
He would laugh, and then he would give you a roundabout answer because that's what he does. He gives you
Yeah.
roundabouts.
Because that makes you wonder.
Always
like,
making you wonder.
Yeah.
it's like in Best Friends where like John character Greg Sestero is like, Tommy, you still never told me how old you are. And Tommy just goes, or Harvey, I guess, he just goes, ah, ha, ha.
It's amazing.
So it makes
Yeah.
you wonder, does Tommy even know?
Go ahead, Mikey.
No, I was just gonna say there's definitely some like pointing at reality there, like being self-aware and like writing it into the script. Like that's hilarious.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, some like when you ask Tommy, like, where are you from? I don't think he knows. I don't think he knows.
He's from
Well,
Louisiana.
Maybe not.
He'll
Well, I guess.
what he'll tell you is he's just an all American guy.
He's an
Just an
all-American guy.
guy. Let's see here. We got a new comment. Let's bring it in here. Oh, okay. It was the one that I already got around here. I'm sorry for that. No, it's all good. It's all good, Judd. It's all good. mean, look, there's always people discovering the room for the first time. Like, I'm pretty sure Greg has said that it's like 50% new people at the showings and 50% devoted fans. So there's always people. Yeah, there's always people that are just, like me, right? Like let's say I'm a big fan of the film and I'm taking Haley, who's never seen, and I'm like, oh, we have to go. And like, I just drag her, you know what I mean? And then you come out of the theater a changed person.
Yeah. One way or another.
Now that I found out, because you invited me to like the room page on Facebook, I didn't know that they were doing the showings on the 27th. So now, like, all my coworkers who I've been like telling today and like the last few days that I'm going to be on a live stream with GREG SESTERO from the room, and they're like, "What? I don't know what that is." Now I want to be like, "Let's go! We're gonna go watch that shit."
I'm telling you, that's
an experience,
and that's the way to do it. Now you're going to a showing. That probably it'll just be the showing, right?
I don't know. I haven't really made plans yet.
Okay.
I've only known about it for a couple hours.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure his schedule's locked, but I don't think there's anything in Florida at the moment. So,
I know for the 27th, they're at like all the Regals and Cinemarks, I think is what they're called.
Gotcha. Yeah, when we went to a mom and pop theater, which is where he usually takes the stuff, and he likes to do that because it kind of helps promote go to like an independent theater kind of thing. Don't always go to because I'm sure he could go to like a Regal or an AMC or something like that, but it's it's cool that he takes him to these. We went to Sunray Cinema is what it was called.
Okay,
and they definitely got a lot of business that day.
They got a lot of business, so. It's cool that he does that, and he's been coming back to that theater a lot. They were saying right before they introduced him, it was really cool that. So, let me see.
I'm still here. I'm just looking for something real quick.
No, you're good.
Where did Mikey go?
I'm lost. Help!
I think he went in that portal.
Oh, I get sucked into the tapestry.
Tron.
Yeah.
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 Am I too bright?
What happened? Phil, you froze. Phil.
The brightness is not the problem.
Yeah. Oh, poor Phil.
I'm sure
he's gonna go away at some point. It's just gonna take him out
and come back,
and then he'll pop back in. Yeah.
Philippines.
How's everyone's day going,
dude? It's there you go. You're back.
I was concerned.
Yeah, we were too.
Was I frozen or was it you guys?
You were frozen.
I was frozen because you guys were frozen to me, and I didn't know what was happening.
I don't know, but we were fine.
I opened the shutters and just.
Yeah, Mikey and I were fine.
Weird. Okay.
You look good though. I mean, there's a little bit of overexposure, but I wouldn't say it's like so bad we can't see your face well.
Well, I am also sitting like right in front of my like computer screen, which is actually a TV. But
yeah,
you don't need to go into that.
But Mikey, you were like, how's our day been? Literally,
how's everyone's day?
Literally just been preparing for this. Got the questions ready to rock. Appreciate you guys sending in the questions.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited.
Because I was like, I don't want to ask some stupid basic questions because I feel like he gets them a lot. So I wanted to ask maybe something a little different.
Yeah.
But also things that I was curious about.
Yep.
I always like to get deep, so I tried to make some of them on a existential level.
Wow. That's not surprising, honestly, for you.
I know. That's my motif.
You're just a very deep metaphysical guy.
They'll be like, yeah, and I have 2 dogs. I love them so much. And then I'll be like, why do you think their love is so important to you? Like, what?
Damn.
You made Haley laugh. So
okay. I like making people laugh.
That's what it's all about.
But no, like were they easy to come up with, or was it like, all right, now we really gotta think long and hard on this one?
I kind of had to think about it, but I feel like once I watched Miracle Valley, like the questions kind of like started coming to me because it was so different from The Room. So
yeah,
most of my questions are kind of derived from that. If you couldn't tell.
yeah, no, it's all good. I think between the four of us, we have some stuff that covers The Room, some stuff covers Best Friends, Miracle Valley, all that stuff. So we got
it covered.
We do have it covered, yeah.
Well, I guess that was also like my biggest hurdle with watching Miracle Valley because it wasn't The Room. So I don't know what I was expecting.
Because that was the first one you watched before
Right.
Best Friends, yeah,
Right.
Miracle Valley.
What's crazy though about the Miracle Valley and The Room is that I was watching it and I was like, this is The Room. Like,
Yeah,
you had it, there was elements in there, and one of my questions kind of talks about that, about the
love interest. Yeah.
Like, so similar.
Yep.
well, I guess like in Best Friends too, like it just comes to like the girlfriend backstabs.
Spoilers.
It's a common trope for Greg. Is he okay?
All right. Do we think that Greg has a girlfriend or a boyfriend or a partner of some kind?
I don't know. These are all questions. These are all questions.
With that face, come on.
Greg, I respect and cherish your time, but this is a long 5 minutes.
Hey, take it easy, Mikey.
I'm just joking. I said I respect and cherish his time. Look, I'm sure he's had a busy stretch of time doing the touring. I know he's going from place to place. It's just a joke.
Yeah. It's funny. Now here's the thing, Mikey. Now here's the thing, Mikey. Do you have the nerve to say it when he's here?
Yeah. I'll say it. Okay, I don't want that to be the first thing I say. I don't want the first impression, though, to be like, why the fuck were you taking so long?
Don't say that. All right. And ladies and gentlemen, and I absolutely love what we're seeing here right now. Please, we have a special guest with us here tonight. Please help us welcome to the show, Mr. GREG SESTERO.
Woo!
What's up, guys? How are you?
Hello,
sir. Welcome. Here, let me switch this around 1 second. There we go. Perfect. Oh, dude, thank you so much for being here, dude.
Anytime, man. Where are you guys at?
So we're in Savannah.
Savannah. That's right. You said you live there, right?
We live here, and when we came out to see you in Jacksonville, we had commuted down from. So it was about an hour and a half.
Yeah, I did that. I did that drive one time. We had to fly out of Jacksonville, and it was like a super early flight.
Yeah.
So I tried to just pull over and get a few hours of sleep, and then I was like, I don't forget where it was, but this woman came up and knocked on my window at like 4 a.m. and she's like, "You can't sleep here." I was like, she just appeared out of nowhere. It was like a bad horror film, but I love both cities for different reasons.
Yeah, well, dude, I mean, you're for anyone that doesn't know, you're touring like crazy. So sincerely, thank you for just putting aside some time. And right now you're in Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah. I'm in I forget the name of the mountains. That's somewhere near the Poconos Mountains, Appalachian Mountains. That's Appalachian Mountains.
Insane. And Mikey and Phil, these are our, we wanted to bring on some co-hosts because earlier, about a few months back, we did a room watch along and we had Dan Janjigan on, and we had Mikey down here. He was on for that watch along, and he wanted to come back for this, and Phil as well. He's a big fan of the room, so I was like, let's just all get together and we're gonna pick Greg's brain for a little bit. So
that's awesome.
We have some questions prepared ahead of time. So I'm going to pull up, Mikey, you're first. So I'm going to pull up your question here, and then feel free to it'll pop up on the screen, but feel free to or ask it however you want. So let's go with, this is a good one to start off with right here.
Yeah, I mean, really answer this however you want. Why do you like to perform? I want to hear the origin story because I know we already understand, like, you met Tommy, and am I correct, in an acting class, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to know, like, obviously something pushed you to start even taking classes or acting to begin with, and I'd love to know where to come from.
Yeah, it all started for me when I was like 12 years old. I saw the movie Home Alone, and just really made me want to tell stories. And then it's funny because that summer I went to Disney World in Orlando, and I combined the two, and I wrote a script, Home Alone, Lost in Disney World. And I remember we stayed in Jacksonville with my family before we flew out, and I remember thinking I got to do something with this experience. So started for me when I was 12 with Home Alone and Disney World. So those two things kind of propelled me to want to tell stories. And it all started from there. And then a few years later, I wanted to get into acting, which is a different form of storytelling. But it all started with storytelling and seeing the movie Home Alone.
Wow.
That's awesome.
And I love it because, and we've been promoting it throughout the stream, but for your Kickstarter for Forbidden Sky, one of the perks is you have a script, right, that you wrote?
Yeah, it's a script, the Home Alone script that I found recently when we were doing Disaster. So I have one copy of it left. It's literally I hand wrote it, and then I typed it out on a video writer in 1993. So it's that original script that I put together, and I drew the cover and had a whole premiere date set for like 1994. It's crazy, pretty crazy story.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's awesome. It's awesome. So please, everybody watching live or after the fact, go to the link down below, the Kickstarter. Right now, your budget is at 200,000, right?
Yeah, we have a couple of people investing already. So the story. The lead guy, who's a radio host, he was on a really bad sci-fi TV show. So we want to shoot the sci-fi TV show in a way that makes it look like something you would have seen in the 80s, with really weird production value, and recreate that whole set. So we're kind of putting it out to the fans to be a part of that and recreating the show within the film.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's so cool. I love it. I love it so much. All right, Phil, we're going to go with, this is a good one.
Yeah, so I just dove into Miracle Valley yesterday for the first time. And it just got me curious, like, why did you, like, you went from The Room to Best Friends, and just kind of horror just kind of came out of nowhere. So what kind of made you decide to do that?
Well, if you've seen the sex scenes in The Room, horror isn't far off.
Okay.
No, I've always loved horror movies a lot. Like when I, obviously loved Home Alone. There's a few movies that really terrified me growing up. A couple of those were Nightmare on Elm Street, Silence of the Lambs, and a movie called Fire in the Sky, which was a UFO abduction movie. So I think the horror genre has always been a great place to play in. You can have a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
With comedy, you can throw in a bunch of different, and it's a movie that, the genre that plays really well with the crowd. So I thought it was a great chance to branch off and try to make something new, something fresh, something that this audience would appreciate watching. And I remember also seeing a movie called The Hills Have Eyes, which I took a buddy to, and horror just has that cringe element that I think a lot of people can enjoy. And it's really been popping recently between Hereditary and Midsommar and some of the newer movies coming out. So I thought it was a great chance to do something different.
Yeah, I definitely got some Midsommar vibes watching that too.
Yeah. It was sort of a real life story about a cult, so kind of a similar vein.
That was cool. I like that.
All right, let's bring up. Wait, hold on. You for some reason I'm hearing like a weird staticky noise. Do you hear it? Do you hear it? Like,
tell me if it stops when I mute.
1 second.
Whoa.
1 second. Wait, hold on. What?
Was that planned?
Yeah, no, wait. Oh my God. Look who it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's
What?
Kristen Stephenson Pina from, in case anyone has not seen the films, Best Friends and Miracle Valley. And I thought this would be a very cool surprise to surprise Greg.
Yeah, I'm definitely surprised.
Tracy, right? That character?
Yeah.
That's the one. That's the one. I'm stereotyped here.
Yeah, we were just
Villain.
Well, I just saw the movie, so that's why.
we were just doing a stream yesterday, and actually Kristen came up in the conversation. They talked about her and her character at length, so that's pretty interesting timing.
Wow.
There was a whole Kristen binge yesterday afternoon, so you guys must have been tuned into that frequency.
Well, I actually have a podcast that I currently am on hiatus with, but it's gone back a few years, and I've had Kristen on a few times. So I was like, you know what? I'm having Greg on the channel. Let's bring Kristen on, see if we can arrange this, coordinate this. And thank you so much for being here, by the way.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, because there was a group of people that were talking about film, and they'd seen Best Friends, but they didn't quite remember it. And we were going over things, and then they saw a photo of Kristen, and they're like, "Wait a minute, she was in the movie?" I was like, "Yeah, her and this photo and that photo," and they're like, "Maybe I should rewatch the film." So,
Like, that's the same girl.
Well, now here's a question I have that I don't have, like it just came to my head. For some reason, Kristen, you're not like there's an app called Letterboxd, which is basically for film fans to follow all the movies they watch. Okay. For some reason, you're not credited in Miracle Valley. For some reason.
You know, I had that conversation with Greg a few times, and he actually put me below the extras. Okay, so how's that?
Wow.
I have no say
I
in
sat there.
Letterboxd.
I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm supporting. And
Greg,
below the extras, along with like, well, all right. We've had this conversation a few times.
I don't have any say over Letterboxd. That doesn't make any sense.
It wasn't even on IMDb for the longest time. Like they like removed me from IMDb for some reason for Miracle Valley, and I was like, huh. How come I'm not getting credited for this?
I think probably because it's a story based on a cult that I think she probably played the role too well, and they were like they were messing with the whole project. So, but that is bizarre. I don't like. I wish I had that kind of power, but it's super random. I'll have to check it out because it doesn't.
Wait, hold on. How many years has it been now?
I don't know. That's crazy. So you noticed that on Letterboxd?
I noticed it on Letterboxd. Yeah.
Really?
A lot of people notice.
Yep. Yeah. Well, but so the question, because I wanted to bring her in right around the time we were going to talk a little bit about Best Friends, and see if Kristen wants to add anything to it. But what are the true events that inspired Best Friends? Because there's a tagline when you start the movie.
Inspired by
so at the time when I was watching those shows like Fargo and Breaking Bad, I remember Fargo had a tag that said based on a true story, and I believed it the whole time, and they're like, oh no, that was just a joke. And so I was kind of in that mindset, and I thought, what could be sort of a surreal noir thriller that I could pull from real life? And I just pulled a story from like years ago that with Tommy and I, we take these long road trips, and he would let me drive his like brand new car, and he would sleep. And so one time we drove way up and got lost, and it was like too dark and foggy to drive back. So we're going to stay at a hotel. And he was like, why are we up here? What are you doing? Are you crazy? And then, so I was going to go and grab a hotel, and I told him to stay in the car. And he thought I was doing all this because I was going to try to like kill him. And so I thought that's some good inspiration. I'll play with that and see where it goes. And that's kind of how it all started.
Yeah. See, I turned to Haley when we were watching it, and I was like, it probably has something to do with him being pushed off a cliff.
So then the next day we were driving back, and it was like, as we were going through the coastline, I thought, what would happen if I really just ditched him here? Because I thought he there were back then, there was no cell phones. How would he find his way back? And that played through my mind at the time as I was like driving all the way back to San Francisco. So that's where the inspiration came from.
So there was no dead people teeth involved.
No, that came later because my brother's a dentist, and so
Oh wow.
he was
Wow.
like, he was smuggling these like bags of teeth and was telling me this whole business he was doing. So in the middle, as I was writing the script, I'm like, wait, hold that. Let me grab that idea. And I just kind of pulled with whatever was around me. So it was a mix of a bunch of weird shit that was going on at the time.
Kristen, you can definitely answer this question. By all means, please go right ahead. And this is Phil's question.
Yeah, so I've noticed, I didn't get to watch Best Friends, but I've noticed between The Room and Miracle Valley, Greg, you got
Yes,
are you okay?
Well, I mean, I gotta say, The Room I had nothing to do with.
That's
like,
fair. That's fair.
I don't know. I don't know who would want to be with Lisa. So let's
Yeah.
and then again, the whole with the Best Friends thing, it was sort of a token to the friendship I had with Tommy, where he never approved of any girl I was talking to or anything like that. So I feel like the conflict, it was a perfect way to bring out the awkwardness of those two characters and kind of being pulled away by a girl that my character was interested in. It would create that conflict. So that was sort of, again, based on what our friendship was like. And then the whole,
at the end of the day, Tommy's right about the girls every time, right?
he's pretty, I gotta say, he's pretty solid. He hasn't fully been wrong yet. So, and then the Miracle Valley thing was sort of, again, it was sort of in the vein of like Midsummer, sort of bringing out like whatever, a toxic relationship. But the Lisa one is, again, I don't know. Lisa's definitely the villain.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my God. Kristen, do you have anything you want to add to it, having played one of those characters?
You know, I was the girl that's like a little homewrecker, like cheater. Like I'm like, I don't even know how to say this on Best Friends, right? Then you have Miracle Valley, and it's the same role. I think I'm like, I think Greg sees me as like a little a hoochier, little husky.
Well, you know what?
Maybe I'm just really good at playing the part. I don't know.
I heard the saying is you get a really sweet, wholesome girl to play the bad girl, and that's the best way to do it. Just like you get somebody really smart to play somebody really dumb. That's why I played a lot of dumb characters. So I thought
I thought that was because it was easier for you to play.
Mark is pretty brainless, but it took a lot to get him there. So
I love it. I love it so much.
It's all part of the process.
Okay, you have to understand, like Greg and my relationship, like I roast him 24/7.
I bet.
So it's like it's a normal thing, and everybody maybe they might be like, "Ooh," but he handles it. He handles it very well, very well.
That's love.
I can't help it. Like I can't help it. I have to.
Do you have, feel free to just say, no, I can't even talk about that, but do you have any plans for Forbidden Sky and Kristen?
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, she's been in, the last 3 things I've done. So yeah, as it comes together, we're going to be filming in New Mexico. So I'm sure, again, I think it'd be really great if she somehow got abducted and found a way to take down the aliens. I think that'd be a really great spot for her.
Heck yeah. Kristen, are you accepting the role?
You just want a happy end so bad.
Get abducted by aliens and save the day?
You know, we'll have to talk.
How often do you guys communicate?
I think we've known each other for, again, there was a whole
almost
Kristen,
9 years.
whole Kristen breakdown just yesterday. That's what's so bizarre. So since December, okay, January of 2017. So 6.5 years.
It's only been 6?
6.5. January 2017 was the when we first met at a I forget what it was. It was an autopsy clinic is where we first met.
what a way
Oh,
to
Lord.
Yeah, so
Oh, wow.
6.5 years. So it's been pretty productive though. If you take away the 2 pandemic years, we've averaged 3 movies in 4 years. So not too bad.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Now you're calling Best Friends 1 and 2 movies, right?
It was really one movie, yeah, but it was split into 2.
But you split it into 2.
Yeah.
And then there's a cut where they're all put together, right?
Yeah, it was like condensed into. It's a tough movie to cut into one because it's just there's so much fun, weird stuff in the first one, and if you chop a lot of that down, it's sort of an awkward thing. But I know there's like it's sort of a fun editing challenge to try to turn it into one film.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. And I know, Kristen, we talked about this when I had you on the podcast, but just for this particular live stream, to have it on here, what are because we all know how Greg feels about Tommy, but you actually got to work with Tommy Wiseau, which not a lot of people get to do in their lifetime. So just kind of give us the Cliff Notes version of the experience of sharing a stage with Mr. Wiseau.
What you see is what you get. Fake, he is not. And that is what I like about him. Yes, he's kooky. Yes, he's strange. Sometimes a little difficult. But at the end of the day, I love that he's not trying to be something he's not. Does that make sense? You know?
Yeah.
And I think like honestly, he's stuck in a child's, mindset in a man's body.
Can I ask a quick question?
He's very pure at heart, in my opinion, from what I've seen. And I think there's other parts of him, like anybody, and we have our mood swings. And other than that, I think he's pretty cool. He's really nice.
Mikey.
Oh yeah, sorry if I interrupted. By the way, it was just how long does it take for him to warm up to you, or is it like quick? I'm just curious.
For me, the first time I saw him, he had his arms crossed. And it was,
Okay.
It was at night, and Greg had blood on his head. It was the first time I met everybody, and they were filming Best Friends, Volume 1. And it was like over in the morgue where he works. And he was like walking back and forth, looking at me, and his hair's kind of like greasy. I don't know who these people are. I know nothing about the room or who these people, nothing. And he's just like, And I'm like, all right, this one's interesting. And I just kind of let it go because everybody else was really cool. And then I accepted the role. And then later I looked up the room and I was like, oh my God, what did I just sign up for? And I'm like, is there nudity in this? Like, I don't think I could do this. But anyways, after that, the second time I saw him, he was really, really cool. Really nice. He was just right off the gate, came up to me, started talking. And then he wanted to run lines forever. And that's the part that's hilarious. Because he would be like, no, we got to practice our lines. We have to practice our lines. And so I was like practicing, thinking maybe he needed that help. And then, he has his lines like this. And then they say action. And he's like, I'm like, okay, I thought you, and he was yelling at me saying, I need to learn my lines.
That's so funny.
Other than that, I mean, I don't think he's like that. I think he's pretty personable for the most part. As long as he's in a good mood and he likes you and you're respectful, then he'll be good to you.
Yeah.
That's great.
Cool.
I love it so much. Like it's because it all started with The Room and it's continued, right? Because this month is the 20th anniversary, correct? This is quite literally the 20th anniversary this month.
Yeah, it came out. It premiered 20 years ago.
That's insane.
Wow, that's crazy.
And it's continued 20 years later in various different projects. And now Kristen is sort of like this next level partner of like it all. Like she just kind of got thrown into the mix.
I didn't even know what I was doing.
I love it so much.
She's in the Matrix.
Yeah. I absolutely love it. And the other film that Tommy's releasing, we were talking about this prior to both of you coming on, but It's called Big Shark. And when we saw you in Jacksonville a few months back, Greg, I briefly asked you about it, if you're in it, because there was like a trailer or a teaser that came out like a long time ago, and you were in it. And then all of a sudden now it's like you're not even a part of it anymore in terms of like the marketing.
Yeah, we did a trailer for fun, and then he released it, and then I was like, yeah, you know, I'll help you with it. I just don't think I fit in this one. And then I think over the past like year and a half, he went and made it, and I got a chance to see a cut of it, and it's, I think, everything you'd expect. But it was interesting. It was fun to see it with the crowd. There's no music in it. But it's something that, yeah, if you enjoy all this, I think if you see it with a few beers in a crowd, I think you'll have a good time.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Wow.
And Kristen, you're not in that one?
No,
You're
not in that one.
Damn.
Not in that
Damn.
one. But I do love being a part of Greg's projects, especially when he brings back like the oldies, like all the people from like Best Friends and stuff. It's always fun seeing them, because I think we've all created such a good bond and friendship and relationships like throughout this process. And so when he brings them back, then it's kind of like, hey, and then there's some new people, and you're like, okay, and then we just kind of like, you know, becomes like this
One
big
of us.
funky family dynamic, and you just can't help but love the people you work with.
Yeah, I forget. Remind me of his name. He was the cult leader in Miracle Valley, and he was your uncle, right? Right? He was your uncle.
Yeah, yeah. He always asks me about Kristen and he says, you guys are so funny because we're always making fun of each other. So,
I'm his favorite.
Yeah,
Rick loves me.
He's great. He was great to work with, and that's sort of where it started when we first worked with Rick and Kristen making Best Friends. It was just way more fun than any other project I'd done, because there wasn't people looking over your shoulder and telling you what to do. We were just out making things happen, and it was really fun.
Yeah, because like to me, he looks like a mashup of Tom Cruise meets Clint Eastwood. Like that's what I get. Like that's the vibe I get from him. Like
in person, he's even cooler.
He's even cooler than that.
He's even cooler. Like this guy, you can't help but love him. Like he's by far my favorite. I sometimes randomly call him. I'm like, "What's up, Rick? How you doing?" He goes, "Kristen, my sweet girl." And then he'll ask me, "Are you giving Greg a hard time?" Always, always.
Yeah, like he also gives off like Stephen Lang vibes a little bit. Like
it's funny because Don't Breathe was a movie I really loved when we were getting Miracle Valley ready. And I didn't even realize that Rick, because he's a close friend, I didn't realize he had a Stephen Lang thing going on.
Yeah. So. The second I saw him in Miracle Valley, for some reason I thought of Avatar, Stephen Lang in Avatar, but I was like, wow, like this is like very eerie. And then I kept watching him and I'm like, this is literally Tom Cruise, Clint Eastwood, and Stephen Lang, and they all like just formed a body. And it's Rick. But
I've gotten a bunch of sequel pitches from people that have seen Miracle Valley, and the stuff they come up with for his character is always like, oh man, that'd be so fun to film. Just like, because the different dimensions he can go into, and with the comedy he can bring, it's always fun to think about that.
Yeah.
Potential sequel?
I was going to say, did you just say there's a potential sequel to Miracle Valley?
No, I just get a bunch, like these guys in New York a couple weeks ago were like, they've written out a whole treatment about all these different ideas. And it's just fun to think about. Again, when you're filming with a cool group of people, it's just fun to think about making movies.
Yeah. It's definitely a wild thing, but Kristen, because I know when I reached out to you, I was like, you just stay, you don't have to stay the whole thing. So, I appreciate you just, surprising him. I hope I didn't blow your ears out, Greg, when I put that static sound.
It was good. I was like, wait, something's going on here. It was good. It was a good surprise for sure.
But I'm sure you'll be in communication after this. So. But thank you, Kristen, for coming on here. This was a lot of fun.
Thanks for having me. It's nice meeting everybody.
Definitely.
Nice meeting you.
Bye.
Nice meeting you. Bye.
And let's switch back. There we go. And then we're just going to, we're going to take this. Are you okay with taking it about 20 more minutes? Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. and then we'll wrap it up, just so we can get to some comments from the viewers, and then just a couple other questions that we had predetermined. But wasn't that cool? Like, none of these guys knew that
I didn't
that
know.
Kristen was going to
That's
pop
fun.
up.
That's awesome. No, we were just talking about her literally yesterday. We were talking about best friends, and we were talking about different things she's done and all that. So it's fun, really funny timing.
Yeah. Mikey, this one is for you. Feel free. Here we go. This one right here.
If you had no limits, so money's not an object, design is not an object, you have all the people, the team you need, what's your dream project?
I was just thinking about this recently. When we think of scale, like, seeing Avatar, going to places like some of those Disney movies we watched growing up. I just love how big their scope is. I mean, Avatar, I think I can appreciate. It's not a movie I watch all the time, but I can appreciate what it's trying to do.
Mhm.
And so I'd love to sit. I think a big part of these movies that work, that have a big scale, it's always the characters. The characters are the biggest part, and then they exist in that world. So I'm big on practical effects as well. I'm not big into like CGI stuff. I haven't seen many Marvel movies, but I think for me it would be sitting down and creating a world within these characters for them to be in, and something we haven't seen before. So I feel like that's sort of what I'm trying to do with Forbidden Skies. I'm trying to create something that the world's built around the characters, but it's a world we haven't seen before. And I think that's the biggest thing for me, is you got to give an audience nowadays something big and something unique. So I think really the project I'd love to make is this UFO movie, really. And nowadays you don't need huge budgets and all that. You can be really creative.
Right.
You can team up with people that are really good at their craft. And so I think, something in the world of combining sci-fi and, but not going the CGI route. So creating more of a physical world. So we'll see what happens with this film.
Great.
And speaking of that, here it is right here, in case anyone is curious. So here it is. Oh, hi. New UFO movie. Want to join our planet? Forbidden Sky, a new film by GREG Sestero. So you're the writer, director, and are you starring in it?
I don't know. Yeah, I've the characters, again, it's a fun set. It just depends which direction we go in with it.
Okay.
So we'll see. I've written the script, and I'm hoping. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see Dude Bro Party Massacre 3, but I want to work with some of the people who made that. I love the way they blended in comedy with that genre. So we'll see what happens with casting and all that. I know I'd love for Rick to be in it as well for Miracle Valley. So
yes.
That's a bucket list thing for me, is to be in a GREG Sestero picture.
Well, hey, you know what's funny? You know what's funny? You can.
Whoa.
If you scroll all the way down here, you just keep scrolling, right? So there's the Blu-ray. You can get a vinyl.
Ooh, that's actually really
The
nice.
baby face package. I love this. The baby
Face package.
You can get some disaster artist figure sets. But then if you keep
Oh, wow.
down, you keep
Oh my
scrolling. Where is it? It's almost here. Oh, there it is, right there. On-set cameo in the film. So all you need is $2,500.
Oh, pocket change.
That's all you need.
I think Kickstarter accepts quarters too. So.
But-
Shake my piggy bank.
But so here's the thing: were Miracle Valley and Best Friends, were they crowdfunded?
No, so this was sort of the thing that came up because it's the Room 20-year anniversary. So it was a chance. I'd work with some other people that have done this, and they thought it was a great kind of platform for celebrating the Room and making a new movie with your fan base. So it's the first time I've ever done this. Like I said, it's just a portion of it is going towards the film, and we want to film on location, and we want to film that sci-fi show, clips of that sci-fi show that the host is in. Sort of like Galaxy Quest. So
I love
we
it.
just sort of we want to bump that up and make it really crazy. So that's sort of where we're bringing in fans and people that are being able to be part of it.
Yeah. Now it says that it'll only be funded if it reaches its goal, and the goal is 200,000. Now, if this theoretically doesn't reach the goal, are you still able to take whatever money was pledged?
So yeah, we're working with something. Again, if it's like we don't need, depending on what we need, it would be able to make it through different investors and stuff. So it's all in a good place. It's just a matter of, again, giving a chance to people that want to be in it if they really want, or they just want a Blu-ray, or they just want to see it. It'll all come down to how that plays out.
Gotcha.
I have a question that's not predetermined. Again, just popped up in my head.
Yeah,
Greg, you said that you wanted, like, your dream project is to create this world, and that's sort of what Forbidden Sky is. Do you see this being like your magnum opus or something of it?
It's tough to say. Like, whatever any project you go into, you want to give it your all and live it and breathe it for the amount of time you're making it. And so I know with Best Friends, that was sort of, we were trying to make a Breaking Bad-esque type show, which at the time was my favorite content that I was watching. So it's tough to say. I mean, sometimes when you have a comfortable budget and you have time, you're not as hungry as a filmmaker. So you maybe that's not always going to be your best work. I think your best work is when you're up against the gun, you're really needing to be creative, and you're needing to really find the gold in the difficult situations. So it depends what you're able to do with the story. And I think this story has a potential to really go wide and have a big scope. But if certain cards that you're dealt, you have to try to make the best movie you can with what you're doing. And I know with each movie you look back and you always learn, God, I wish I could go back and do this and try this differently. Like Miracle Valley had a different ending. There was more kills that were supposed to happen. We just obviously didn't have time, and we couldn't do reshoots because of the pandemic. So you try to get better with every project. And I think somewhere along the way, you hit all the strides where you have the right people, you have enough time, you have the right budget, your story's concise, and that sort of becomes a movie that will live on. So it's hard to tell. You just got to take every project and give it your all, and feel like this is your most important movie in the moment.
Yeah.
Wow. And one more, sorry. But just thinking about, the grand scope of Best Friends, it looked like there was a sequel, like a trilogy, a cliffhanger to Volume 2. Is there plans for a trilogy?
Yeah, I mean, it was the story, again, it was written as one script and it kept expanding. And I'm sure there's a third movie in there. Maybe they go to junior college together and they get involved selling something else. But again, it was one of those things that took so long to get to that moment that, we never got around to making another one, but who knows?
Yeah. So Mikey, because you saw Best Friends Volume 1, you still have to see Volume 2, but what are your share some of your thoughts on it real quick?
Well, I don't know how intentional this was, but I feel like you did a really good job of not letting the audience understand where we're going. Like at every point in the movie, I was like, so as like one example, there's this really cool scene where I'm just calling him John, where Harvey is saying, "All right, John, it's friendship above money." Like he makes him say it, and there's already like alluding to, John's asking about the money, but then as the story progresses, we see Harvey's the one making decisions that's going against his own, like, kind of precedent he was trying to set. And I was like, I didn't know this was going to happen, and I felt that the whole way through the movie. Like I didn't know where we were going.
Yeah, it was sort of in the script when I was writing, and it was sort of leaning back in the true stories about the lessons that Tommy would talk about, and then he'd sort of break his own rules. And I saw this character as somebody being a wise friend who was like, the only way this guy's going to learn lessons in life is if he makes those mistakes. And the only way to see what he's made of is to give him everything and put him in the positions to have choices. And when he makes those choices, we'll see what he's really about and what those choices entail. So he was sort of like a wise guru who you started to not trust. And that was sort of part of the twist where when you didn't know where it was going.
Are you excited for Volume 2, Mikey?
I am. I mean, I'm halfway through. It's great. I keep seeing. I love this like rabbit hole we're falling into. It's like first, it's like, all right, we just have to. It's simple. We just have to get the ATM out of here, And then we go forward. It's like, okay, we almost got pulled over. Now we have to stop over here. Crap, how do we get this open? Let's go see your friend. Oh, now we're getting this guy involved. Now we're being held up. It's like the stakes. I love the what the fuck? Where we go? What is happening?
Yeah.
I love it piling on top of them. It's amazing.
Yep. Yep. And Phil, your thoughts on Miracle Valley or anything you want to ask or share? Because I know you sent me questions, but I didn't see any. Because like the only one that directly related to Miracle Valley was the why do characters, the three female characters.
I guess. One question that I'm thinking now is like, what was like the most fun scene that you shot doing Miracle Valley?
I would say the most fun scene was when the cult arrived that night at the party.
Okay.
There's just a lot of weird energy going on. It was filming it late at night in the middle of nowhere, kind of setting up the different shots and the style. I think that was a really good turning point in the film.
Mhm.
And that's the place where everyone could kind of let loose and have fun. It was sort of an homage to Jim Jones and those cults that they go in for the kill at that point to really take over their pupils.
Yeah. It's very and I like that there was the little nod to Jonestown with Don't Drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, that's
Like
right.
little things here and there that I picked up. It was kind of also with the aspect of your character being a photographer, kind of like a Rear Window situation.
Oh yeah, I didn't think of that. Yeah.
Oh, look, you're telling him stuff he didn't even think. Like, oh yeah, there is some Rear Window in there, isn't there?
A little bit.
That's great. It's great.
But no, it was great. It was a lot of fun. It was quite a trip at that scene with where they're all going to their house and they all start partying. That's kind of like the turning point of the movie where everything just kind of like explodes from there.
Yeah, no,
it was a lot of fun.
You don't have the Blu-ray, Phil, but on the Blu-ray it says a fun trip with cult classic attitude, and that's from Disaster Piece, the composer for It Follows.
Okay.
Do you know Disaster Piece in real life?
Yeah, I got a chance to meet him through friends, and we discussed Miracle Valley. He watched it during the pandemic with the group.
Okay.
Gave me some great notes and really told me
That's awesome.
how much fun he had watching it.
Yeah, and someone else said Miracle Valley is Tarantino-esque. So that's really cool. That's really cool.
That's a high honor. So
look, I have every single Blu-ray that you've ever released, like from Best Friends to Disaster Artist, everything. For Forbidden Sky, if
so now I got to make more. Here we go. Now the pressure's on.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, let's say for someone who catches the project after it's been made, is there going to be a mass market kind of Blu-ray for the film?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Definitely. So if you so you got to go to a desert island. Of all those movies, you can only bring one. Which one are you going to bring? Of
this stack right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first of all, I love that The Room doesn't have a spine.
Wait, it doesn't?
No, look, it's spineless. There's no name on the spine, but it is The Room. I promise you, it's The Room. It's hard to fight against The Room, Greg. It's hard to fight against The Room. I mean, that's why we went to Jacksonville. But I do have to say, out of the two films that you've written that I have here, because I mean, I know The Disaster Artist, but it was different screenwriters, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So out of the two films you've written, I would probably take Best Friends. I just like I like that kind of genre a little bit more.
Sure,
Miracle Valley was pretty wicked though, and I love it. I love it.
I do like your location choice, like that sort of being like in the desert sort of area of the States, the Arizona, Nevada, Mexico.
Yeah, there's some good areas. There's a lot of supportive people down in those areas, and we're going to be doing Forbidden Sky in Roswell, New Mexico, White Sands, and
Ooh,
Hopefully filming overseas as well. So we'll see.
Cool,
Ooh.
cool. I love it. I
Nice.
love it.
I like that.
Let me see here. All right, here's one comment that I wanted to highlight before we wrap this up with you, Greg. This is from one of our phenomenal moderators here on the channel. I'm wondering Greg's favorite movie from the year he was born. P.S. Please be John Carpenter's Halloween.
Yeah, it's Halloween.
It's Halloween.
It's one of my all-time favorites. The original, and I lived where we made best friends. Here's a cool crossover for you. I lived down the street from the high school they used in Halloween and a couple blocks from where Michael Myers' house is right now. So we made best friends in the same location that they made Halloween in South Pasadena, California.
That's awesome.
Oh my God.
That's insane. That's insane.
Same neighborhood.
That's wild. That's wild. Nerdy Film Girl wants you to know The Disaster Artist is one of my favorite A24 films. She's a big fan of A24, and
awesome.
The Disaster Artist stands out. It's the wildest thing, and you've talked about it a lot, how you're in one of what's regarded as the greatest bad movie of all time, right? The Room. And then you write something that is 180 of that. It's so critically acclaimed. It's such a weird, kind of juxtaposition, and it's an amazing double feature. I strongly suggest everybody watch The Room and then watch The Disaster Artist. It's the perfect 1-2 punch, because they just flow together so beautifully. And Phil sent in this really funny question that I wanted him to ask.
Yeah. So the question originally was, how did you feel about Dave Franco playing you? But I was I wanted to change it a little bit, because that sounds it could lead you to make a negative comment. Not to say that is how you feel, but who would you have chosen instead of Dave Franco, or would you have chosen Dave Franco?
No, I really enjoyed the whole process. They were great. And I enjoyed the film that they made. When I was writing the book, I had kind of a darker, weirder casting set up, and mine was Javier Bardem playing Tommy, and Ryan Gosling playing Greg.
Wow.
Just because I had seen the movie Drive, and it was sort of like that temperament. I pictured those two speeds working together, sort of having an odd pairing. So that's where I was at. But I really enjoyed the film, and had a good time with it.
It's kind of cool that brothers in real life ended up playing you and Tommy, because in a lot of ways, that's what I assume your and Tommy's relationship ultimately is, kind of like, brothers for life kind of thing. Even though, how often do you talk to Tommy?
Yeah, we've stayed in touch. Obviously, it's been 25 years coming up next month. And so it's just one of those things that you're kind of linked in a really strange way. And it is a sort of a brotherly thing. I remember in the book, I think it's chapter 6, I start the chapter with, I'm the brother you never had, you're the brother I never had, from the book, The Talented Mr. Ripley. So there's definitely that connection in there.
Yeah. Oof. I love it. I absolutely love it. Look, there's a lot of other questions that we could ask, but your sunlight has progressively gone down. So I know you probably want to crash and hit the sheets. So look, first of all, thank you again for being so cool about this, and just being like, yeah, dude, I'll come on. Your touring schedule is absolutely wild.
We need to find time to come back to Savannah.
Yeah, anytime you're in Savannah.
In Savannah. I wanted to do a show at the LucasArts Cinemas there in Savannah, and the ice cream there is amazing. I'll definitely be back.
Okay.
And then we'll go out and do something. But yeah, I love Savannah.
Sweet. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Or even Disney World. It's a surprising amount of times that Disney's come up today.
Yeah.
I'll be back probably next month. So.
Oh wow. Okay.
Back there. Yeah.
I love it. Real quick question before, because it just came to me. How, is this all self-funded, this traveling of yours, or is this through an agency or something?
No, we do with the venues and stuff, like the different theaters that I'm working with. So it's all they've been awesome to work with. Theaters are where you need to see movies, and it's been awesome to get out there and see so many new theaters. So,
Well, if you
All
come
right.
down to Savannah, we'll treat you to ice cream.
all right, I'm in.
There we go. All right, Greg, thank you. Mikey, Phil.
The guys.
Thank
Yeah.
you guys. I'll be in
Yeah,
touch with you
thank
on the
you.
movie, and we'll keep in touch.
Awesome. Thank you, Greg. Have a good one, man.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Have a good night.
Bye, Greg.
Have a
Have a
good
good
weekend.
night.
Take care.
See you, man.
Bye.
What do we think, gentlemen? What do we think? Talk to me.
Man.
Man.
Fun
I know
times.
about Best Friends for sure.
Yeah, dude, check it out, man. Check it out.
It's good. It's really good.
I would say it's I think it's more of the like that's why when he asked, you know, what would you rather take with you? I think it's more of a solid film.
Well, it's kind of more road trippy too.
It's more road trippy. It has the added benefit of Tommy. I mean, come on, it's Tommy.
Over the past, I know, couple days, it's grown on me.
Yeah.
It's grown on me.
Yeah. Miracle Valley is trippy though. Miracle Valley
Yeah.
is absolutely trippy.
You
And
have to be in a certain mood.
I would recommend Mikey still check
Yeah,
it out.
definitely.
Yeah,
Especially
I
I
won't.
was feeling a bit like I was feeling a spooky mood, so it worked out.
Right?
And it's on Tubi for free.
Yeah, it's on Tubi for free. So don't be
Yeah,
a
I didn't even
cheapskate,
know there
man.
was a Blu-ray option.
Talking to me, I won't.
Love you, dude. Love you. Yeah, no, there is.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to go on his website and pick it up.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And this was before we met him. And it's
But I
signed.
I noticed he had it
So-
autographed.
I'm curious. Like, I think what he does is he mass signs them, and
Probably.
then someone, when you buy them, just puts your
Probably.
name over here. You know what I mean? Because it looks
Or,
like two different.
because there's a lot of people that also like will actually go through and write like your name on there.
Yeah. But there we go, chat room. Look, I hope everybody enjoyed this. I know that Greg, turn a light on, dude. Damn it. Why didn't I highlight that while he was here? Damn it.
Dang.
Damn it. He would have laughed at that, I think. He would have laughed.
I would have.
So what's the takeaway here, guys? What's the takeaway? What do we think think of Greg? Do we think he's cooler? Or do we think he's not as cool?
Super
super chill.
down to earth. Yeah, I was gonna say super down to earth, and he sounds very willing just to, talk and be real.
Yeah, that's the thing that I love, because when we went to Jacksonville, like I said, it wasn't just a quick, here, let me sign something for you real quick. We asked him questions, he asked us questions.
Yeah.
And it's very
Yeah.
rare that you're going to find somebody that will flip it on you. You know what I mean? Even if he genuinely doesn't care, it's the fact that he just
Fun.
presents it like that. You know what I mean? Like, so what is your favorite, this? But maybe he does care. And I'd love to think that he actually does. And like how when I pulled the movies out, he was like, he asked, so which would you take to a desert island? Kind of.
Yeah.
That's his personality. I
That's
love
cool.
it. I absolutely love it.
Okay.
It would be kind of crazy to get Tommy on here, but I have a feeling it would just be ask a question, get an answer. Ask a question, get an answer. Ask a question.
Next question.
Yeah. Oh, no. Next question.
I feel like if
Next
we were to
question.
get Tommy on, it would be like that one gif where like somebody throws him a ball and he just misses it.
Have you seen that?
I don't think so.
The gif she's talking about?
The funniest
So
thing.
it's for some interview. Greg and Tommy are sitting next to each other, like how Haley and I are. Pretend I have a football. I toss the football up, like I want to toss it to Tommy, and he just lets it fall in front of him and hit the floor.
He doesn't even react to it. Like it didn't happen.
It's like Greg's like, here, catch. And Tommy's just like,
And he has his sunglasses on, so it makes me think he's asleep.
hold on, can we pull it up? Just like try to pull it up here real
Yeah.
quick. Like, what would you even type in? I don't know.
Also, I died when they started throwing the basketball around and just like it was a football and talking with each
Oh,
other, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it's just the same scene.
Oh, my God. Oh, there it
I
is. Yeah, there it is. All right, you ready for this? This is too fucking funny. Pull it up here. All right, I'll wait till it starts over. Got to time this right. And
Well, just exit out and then click it when you
There you
pull it
go.
up.
right here.
I have seen that. Okay.
He just doesn't
Just
like it
No
doesn't-
reaction. No
Amazing.
reaction.
It's amazing. Damn it, we should have asked Greg about that.
Not even a flinch.
Damn it.
Nothing.
Ugh.
Absolutely
It's too funny.
nothing.
It's too funny. I love them
I'm
together.
surprised you didn't get to show. You didn't get to show Greg the cake.
Ah, damn it. Yeah, damn it. Well,
Greg!
I'll probably message him on. I'll just send it on
You'll just have
Instagram.
to- yeah. By the way, look at this cake.
But you heard it here. It's on recording. When he comes to Savannah, we're hanging out. So you heard it here. So,
He doesn't know it yet, but I'm gonna meet up with him at Disney.
there you go. And Mikey, where are
He
you
said
meeting?
next
him?
month. That's my birthday.
I'll be in the shadows watching.
Watching, listening.
You'll be like
urging.
Tommy and best friends, just taking out the trash, and there he is.
Yep.
He just appears.
1-800-autopsy.
Mikey, did you think he was going to be a mute through the whole movie?
I thought so at first, but I was down for it. I was like, "Oh, we're getting really cool and like abstract with this." But then he started talking. I'm like, "Okay, that's fine too."
Yeah.
I thought so too. I was like, when Tommy was like, "Wait, you're mute?" I know you're mute, but so I was like, "That's like." I was also down. I was like, "Huh?" But bold.
Yeah.
I wanted to see minimal dialogue character arc. It's not what happened, but it was still cool what it ended up being.
Yeah. Yeah.
When
It's
life
great.
gives you lemons, you make a little drink.
Yeah, that's a great line from it. When life gives you lemons, you make a little drink.
Yeah.
My favorite one is, what are you just gonna do? Stand there like Statue of Liberty?
That one was great, and my favorite one was the random Chinese racism. It was so like just randomly saying Chinese people are usually greedy. I was like, what?
But this one was a good man. This one was good.
I don't even think that's an awkward. That's a like an accurate stereotype.
It's just random.
It is random.
No, they were just saying like really bad things about this Chinese man that just passed away, but they're like, no, this one was good. This was a good Chinese man.
But they're usually greedy.
Dang.
Yeah. So Phil, Tommy's a mortician, and he's always he's replacing people's faces that are disfigured with new faces.
It's like it's not like he's embalming. But doing something to make them look like they're sleeping.
Yeah, like they're better because they usually have like a disfigurement on their face or something. And for some reason, there's like randomly all of a sudden there's a clown on the table.
I did see that in the trailer. I was like, okay,
Clown family.
okay.
Super weird clown family.
God, it's such a volume one. Volume 1, I think, is better than volume 2. I will.
I know I haven't finished, so I don't want to speak too fast, but I'm already starting to feel like volume 1's going to be my favorite of the two.
Yeah.
It's
Until volume 3 comes out. Wink, wink.
when they were about to examine the clown guy, they were doing something else. They're like, "We'll come back to him." They just left the clown there.
Go the clown guy.
Go clown. We'll do clown guy later. And then there's the point where he stands up.
Yeah, he stands up. Yeah, it's so bizarre. It is so bizarre.
But no, the Statue of Liberty quotes how the movie opens.
Yeah, that's the first line Tommy said.
Oh.
Just stand there like statue.
Of Liberty. Good God.
Yeah, I gotta see this.
It's wild. Yeah, it's wild. The first part's on YouTube for free. I don't know why volume 2 isn't, but
Weird. I think they're also both $8 on the iTunes store.
There you go.
You're an Apple user.
There you go. Just want to.
No, I think another one of my favorite lines is, "You really have to check me. Is there anything when he's patting down the girls?"
Oh my God, I was mortified.
Right?
Are you really think I can hide anything in this dress? Yeah, you might have a gun up your ass.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. It's something. It is something. All right, so here is the poster for the new version of the room. Here's the poster for the new version of the room. There's Bob Odenkirk right there.
Oh wow.
That's so artsy. I love
I
it.
gotta see it.
Hold on, let me see if I can make it. There you go. Yeah.
This character is a lot older in this version.
Yeah. And there they are on the green screen.
I don't know if I just want to hear
I
him say
can't.
the iconic. I
Who
did
is
not hit
Denny?
her. It's bullshit.
I did not.
Who is Denny?
Yeah, who is
Who's
that?
playing him?
Who's playing Denny? I don't know. And then
He's
here-
my favorite. I'm sorry, I have to say it.
There's
has to
there's
say it.
Greg in the Chris R getup.
That's awesome.
Wife beater beanie and
Isn't that wild? So that's apparently
Wait.
coming out this month.
Because we saw that scene where he with
We saw in the preview, we saw Greg
So
as
who-
Chris R.
yeah, and we saw Denny.
Yeah.
Who's Denny?
But now what's weird is, and we didn't get to ask him, but for some reason on like a lot of sites, Greg is credited as Mark. So I don't know. I don't know. It's like everything else associated with him and Tommy, it's just weird.
Yeah.
It's just weird. But
Not
I'm
real.
excited for this next one coming out too. Forbidden Sky.
Forbidden Sky. Yep.
Yeah,
A Lamau.
So
that's gonna be.
Hey, go click that link, support them, whether it's just $10, I think.
Or if you have
You get
20
something like a bumper sticker or something,
if you have 2,500 to spare.
or 2,500 you can be in the
Is that
movie.
the highest perk?
No, it goes higher.
I'm curious. Go.
Pay for the whole movie, and
pay for the whole
you get an official casting chair.
Right. But
I'm curious.
yeah, we'll look it up on ourselves. Matt Walls. Yep, me without a beard. Yeah, it's gone. It is gone. Thanks, fans of something. Huge thanks to special guests Greg, Kristen, Mikey, and Phil. This was such a great time. I appreciate you being here, man. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up here because Phil is definitely tired. Mikey's potentially tired.
I'm okay. I still like half a Red Bull.
You don't know what I am.
Yeah, honestly, I don't. But thank you, everybody, if you're watching live right now, or if you're on that replay, which this is where it's going to live forever. We appreciate you checking out the evening with.
If you're curious, the highest perk is $10,000, and it's the Close Encounters package.
There you go.
And you get credit in the film and IMDb, a pre-production Zoom call, transportation and lodging for 2 nights, and then the Blu-ray, everything else that
There
was
you go.
underneath.
Neat.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll go with the bumper sticker.
Fair.
Yeah, executive producer, you get credited.
Right. Oh, and Gavin, didn't forget about you, Gavin. Saw you there. Sorry about that. Hello, Gavin. So yeah, we'll be back next week. We got some stuff coming out. We got some videos coming your way as well. But this was a lot of fun. Thank you guys for being here, making the nerves less nervy.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Same here. Thanks for having me.
I always have such a good time.
And all that's left is Tommy. So whenever I get Tommy, I guess I got to get you, Phil, and Dave. We got to get Dave on because I'm sure he'll want to. Dave has met Greg. He went to a screening of The Room where Greg was at, but none of us have met Tommy. So
that'd be crazy.
He's the enigma.
We do.
What?
We kind of have a thing going on here. You got Mikey's Denny, right?
Uh-huh.
I have the hair for Tommy. You can be Greg.
And Lisa?
Or, and Lisa, yeah. We
Dave
can make it
Chris
happen.
R.
There we go.
Dave could be
Chris
Chris
R.
R.
Dave's Chris R.
All he's got to do is put on a hat. That's it.
Oh, my God.
I don't know if he has a gun, but I don't think he's going to want to break.
I mean, we're all in the deep south. I don't think it'd be too hard to get one.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah. But all right, we're gonna wrap it up here. We'll do a formal goodbye once the stream's over. But thanks everybody for watching. Appreciate all of you. Love all of you. You're all amazing. Bye. We'll be back very, very soon. And until then, there's one thing you have to do, And that is keep being fans
Some-
Of some
Yeah, no, go ahead, do it. Go ahead, do it. Do it.
of something.
And Greg Sestero.